We've got raindrops or wet weather here in that area, right on the camera dome, blocking our view somewhat. It looks like we've got some rain going on. I've been trying to keep an eye on the just below some of the lights in the lot to indicate whether we're seeing some more solid precipitation or is it more rain right now. And it may be a mix of the two going on here this morning. So in Grand Forks, more wet weather to the west. If you're traveling along Highway 2, it doesn't take long to run into some snow. And so we're looking at areas of low visibility this morning, whether it be from snow, from rain, or from fog, affecting our morning travel. And then as we head into the later part of the day, I moved us up to that red light because that's when the intensity of the snow starts to pick up. We start to see more of that snow transition over into the evening hours and late night hours for tonight. But all day long, we're going to have to be careful, especially in those areas already picking up snow. Speaking of, this is north along I-29 in the Pembina area near the border crossing. You can see that we've got snow on those grassy surfaces, but also the tire tracks on the road, indicating that the snow is accumulating on the road surface as well. And this is the interstate, so this is an area that's going to get treated first, and there are likely other areas where the roads are completely snow covered, and we've seen that on some of our DOT cams. So again, please be careful this morning in these spots. You can see all the way up to northwest parts of Minnesota, back down through Devil's Lake, Highway 2, Grand Forks, and then back over to Bismarck, experiencing the snow. Grand Forks, again, an area where we've got that transition zone, but heading west, the radar indicating it's snow, heading back over toward places like Emerado and the Larimore area, but into the city, still looking warm enough for perhaps some mixed precipitation going on right now. So that's something we're watching. Here's a look at our winds. We are seeing wind out of the north. It is picking up. We're seeing steady speeds around 20 miles per hour. Gusts are getting stronger into the 20s, maybe near 30 as we head through the morning. And temperatures, big range again, 25 in Rolla, so we're well below freezing in that area getting the snow, and then south and east 40s to even 50 in Elbow Lake, so a 25-degree difference. Fargo's at 43. This area, southeastern North Dakota and into Lakes Country, is the area less likely to see snow, and you can see why. It's more rain and warmer temperatures going on here. North of there, Grand Forks, of course, right at that freezing range at 34 degrees. So let's take a look at our forecast. In our hour-by-hour plan, we're going to watch that band of snow just continue to fall over some of the same areas through the morning. This is the noon hour where I'm pausing the clock. On the warm side of it, there is a chance for some rain, a possibility there, though the moisture is more likely in the form of some snow during the daytime hours today. You can see at 4 o'clock starting to drift a little more east, and then moving into the evening hours for tonight, we'll start to see more moisture push in, as I was just mentioning, a little more intensity into the system as we head into tonight. And there's that surge. By 11 o'clock, lots of places seeing precip, whether it be rain on the warm side or snow north and west, but you can see more areas experiencing snow as this rain snow line moves eastward. So this is a big point of uncertainty, is when that transition will happen, what the temperatures are looking like at that point too, because you could be getting snow, but it may not accumulate much if we've got temperatures like you see here tomorrow morning in Fargo and Detroit Lakes. If temperatures are above freezing, you might have maybe a little accumulation on grassy areas and some of those colder things, but the ground may melt some of that snow, which cuts into your accumulation amounts going on here. So this is tomorrow morning. More areas seeing snow at that point in the south and east, and then the system departs to the northeast as we head into the later morning hours tomorrow. Following that will be some very strong winds out of the northwest, gusts above 30 miles per hour, and just a plain old chilly day on the way for us for Friday. Here's a look at our snowfall amounts. This is through the evening hours tonight before we see that big transition happen, and then after that happens, that chance for snow spreads eastward. It's going to be tough to nail down amounts in that transition area. Fargo, we could see flakes coming down, but then they don't stick, they melt. Or if it snows heavy enough and temperatures drop enough, we could end up with a couple of inches of snow. And of course, heavier amounts to the north and west from there. So stay tuned. We'll continue to track this for you throughout the day and into tomorrow as well. You can always check the VNL weather app for the latest. And we'll get you that 11-day planner coming up in just a little bit.
All right, perfect. You know, I'm laughing at all of the water and the flake droplets on our live cams and the flakes just continuing to fly in Devil's Lake. We got a lot going on.
A lot going on for this first winter weather event of the season. You know, it's not just snow, it's that kind of wishy-washy weather with the rain too, and it makes for a bit of a mess.
Wow. All right. Well, we appreciate the updates this morning.
You bet.
All right, folks, let's see how people are responding so far to our question of the morning on Facebook. There are 28 of these in the White House. What are they? Anton says restrooms. Ryan says hot tubs. I don't know about that. Terry says landline phones. Interesting.